Have you ever wondered why some people seem to just effortlessly hit their goals, while the rest of us feel like we're stuck in a loop? Well, the secret might be way, way smaller than you think. Today, we are cracking open the core ideas from James Clear's Atomic Habits. And trust me, you're going to be blown away by how a tiny 1% change can completely transform your life. Let's dive in. And hey, real quick, if you find this breakdown helpful, do me a favor and hit those like and subscribe buttons. It genuinely helps us keep making more explainers on these kinds of game-changing books. Thanks so much. All right, so let's start with a question we've all screamed into a pillow at some point. You get this burst of motivation, right? You decide you're going to eat healthier, hit the gym, learn an instrument, and then a few days later, poof, you're right back where you started. Why is it so ridiculously hard to make good habits stick? Okay, get ready for the first major curveball from this book. What if I told you that your big, ambitious goals are actually the problem? Yeah, Atomic Habits just flips the whole script on what we think success is all about. It argues it has almost nothing to do with motivation or willpower. Think of it like this. A goal is the finish line, right? Like running a marathon. But the system, that's your daily training schedule. The finish line is just one moment in time. The system is the process you follow every single day that actually gets you there. Real, lasting change comes when you fall in love with the process, not just dreaming about the prize. So, if it's not about these huge, lofty goals, then what is it about? This, my friends, brings us to the absolute heart of Atomic Habits. It's not about making massive, earth-shattering changes. It's about the unbelievable power of taking tiny, consistent steps forward. Just 1%. That's it. That is the magic number. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to focus on being 1% better today than you were yesterday. I know, it sounds like practically nothing, doesn't it? But stick with me here, because the math on this is absolutely mind-blowing. This is where the power of compounding just explodes. If you get 1% better every single day for a year, you end up, get this, 37 times better. But, and this is a scary part, it works both ways. If you get 1% worse each day, you basically shrink down to nothing. These tiny daily choices, they're not just choices. They are changing your entire trajectory. Okay, so systems are king, not goals. Got it. But how do you build a good system? This is where the book gets really profound. It says we've been asking the wrong question. It's not about what you want to achieve. It's about who you want to become. This is how most of us operate, right? I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to write a book. We are laser focused on the outcome, but this whole approach completely misses the most critical piece of the puzzle, our identity. And here it is, the absolute game changer. Flip the script. Instead of, what do I want? Ask, who do I wish to become? So don't set a goal to run a marathon. Set a goal to become a runner. Every time you go for a run, even a short one, you're not just exercising, you are casting a vote for that new identity. Your habits are literally what build you. All right, that's all great in theory, but how do we actually do it? This is where the book becomes so powerful, because it gives us this incredibly simple, practical framework for basically engineering our own habits. So before you can change a habit, you've got to understand how it works. Turns out, every single habit, good or bad, runs on this simple 4-step loop. There's a cue that triggers a craving, which leads to a response, and that response delivers a reward. Your brain is just a feedback machine, and this is its operating system. So here's your toolkit for hacking that operating system. To build a good habit, you just follow these 4 simple laws. 1. Make the cue obvious. 2. Make the craving attractive. 3. Make the action easy. And 4, make the reward satisfying. You want to read more? Just put a book on your pillow. Boom, you just made it obvious. And this right here, this is the master key. It's the ultimate cheat sheet for changing your behavior. For good habits, obvious, attractive, easy, satisfying. And the best part, if you want to break a bad habit, you just flip it. Make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. It is such a simple yet powerful way to take back control. Okay, phew, we've covered a ton of ground, from the insane power of 1% to the 4 laws for changing our behavior. But all this knowledge means nothing without action. So the key now is to take that first, tiny, atomic step. So before we go, let's just hammer home the biggest ideas. Number 1, Consistency will always beat perfection. Just show up. Number 2, your environment is way more powerful than your willpower, so set yourself up for success. 3, small steps are, believe it or not, the fastest path to huge change. And finally, number 4, stop obsessing over goals and start fixing your systems. And so I'm going to leave you with one final, simple question. Forget about next week or even tomorrow. What is one tiny, almost laughably easy 1% improvement you can make today? Hey, thanks so much for hanging out and diving into these ideas with me. If this was helpful, you know the drill. A like and subscribe would be incredible. I'll catch you in the next explainer.